Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the dollhouse. I am Kira, your yarn host, and I'm still waiting on Michael's to get the red splash back in from back order. So I can't show you yet how to make a red splash blanket that I so want to do. Although Altnuts, who is also on YouTube, has made one. She's made a little rug out of it, and I'm entirely jealous. But I'm still waiting to get more yarn because I only have 3 skeins, and I'm going to need 3 more to make a blanket. And I have a gray border to go around it, but can't do the border till I get the blanket. This weekend's been yeah, today's Tuesday, so the past weekend has been incredibly bonkers. Got a little update on my health. I have to contact my gastrosurgeon again, who I haven't seen in a decade, because I need another PICC line. And searching through YouTube, anything that you want to make, if it's not on YouTube, it's on the internet. I can't find a crochet pattern for a PICC bag, so guess what I'm doing? I'm designing a crochet pattern for a PICC bag. For those who don't know, a PICC line, also called a central line, is inserted with the help of x-rays and ultrasounds. It goes, sometimes they put it here, sometimes they put it on your upper arm. I've always had mine on my arm, but I haven't had a PICC line in, again, decades. So I don't know where they're going to put mine, but it runs a line through one of your veins and it ends in your heart. So any nutrition, any medication, any hydration that's put through that line just goes directly to the heart and then distributed to the bloodstream. And it avoids the whole problem of digestion, which I have a problem with. I went a little crazy the other day, and I haven't been able to eat solids for a little while, and it's been rather depressing because I've had PICC lines, I've had feeding tubes. I kind of know what they're about, what the deal is. And in the last 2.5 months, I have lost approximately 36 pounds because I can't eat. So I'm getting a PICC line. My hair started to fall out because of malnutrition, and I'm not having that. I didn't have much hair to begin with, but I don't have any. I have chicken fuzz. I have like baby chicken fuzz for hair. But it's better than it falling out. It's better for the psyche, the self-esteem, the trauma, that it doesn't just fall out. So anyway, I am going to start designing roughly a crocheted PICC bag, which I will have up on here for you guys once I get it all figured out. It depends what kind of pump it comes with, and it depends what kind of TPN bags I have. But I've noticed there's a lot of tutorials on how to make a PICC sleeve in case your PICC is in your arm, and that way you can put a sleeve over it and cover those 2 ports. So I'm going to see whose sleeve I like best and make myself a sleeve. In the meantime, I'm still stuck on granny squares. On this one, I'm almost ready to do the border. I have figured out that these granny squares, once you make them this big, let me take my hook out. Once you make them this big, they also work really nice as a shawl. I'm going to border this one in maroon. I love this yarn maroon because I love this yarn. This is actually aubergine, but it's not, because it's a little too maroon to be aubergine. That's a fun word to say, aubergine. Aubergine means eggplant. This is too maroon to be an eggplant, but this works for my purpose. The granny square, I keep forgetting that you guys need specs. Pardon me. My brain's a little scattered, you know, no food and all. I love this yarn. Aubergine is 100% acrylic, 355 yards, 7 ounces, calls for a 5.5 hook, and retails for $4.99, but we don't pay retail. I made the granny square with 2 Yarn Bee sugar wheels. This is strawberry swirl, which I don't get because strawberries, I have never seen maroon strawberries, but I guess that's why I don't name yarns. It's a pretty color. It goes from gray to pink to a real bright red, and then it's got the maroon, and then it's got it actually has like an aubergine color after the maroon, and then it goes back to gray. But the gray spots where it incorporates into the red has a little bit of a swirly effect as you change colors. It worked out on the gray and the pink too. I don't know if you can see, this stitch here is gray and pink. I like when the colors swirly together, but I don't like to do color planning, so I find it easier to go with the self-striping and moderately color plan when I do granny squares, because sometimes you need even rows, but I'm really not one for projects that require massive color planning, because I'm just not. Did that, that calls for a 5 hook, and I actually did with a 5.5. So my border is going to be with a 6.5, but I just haven't figured out what kind of border I'm going to make on it yet. The Yarn Bee sugar wheels are awesome. This was my second love after I discovered Premier Sweet Rolls. This is really, it's not super crazy marshmallowy soft, but it does have a nice feel to it, and I have never ever had a problem with this yarn splitting. This yarn is wound so tight, and it's so nice to work with in any kind of stitch. But this is called Strawberry Swish. It's 355 yards, 7 ounce, 100% acrylic. Pretty much everything that I make, I try to make out of washer and dryerable yarn. I'm not a big fan of dry flat. I'm not a big fan of hand washing. So I try to make everything out of sturdy enough for machine cleaning. which I haven't had a problem with so far. I don't remember where I got this hook. I'd love to tell you where I got this hook. This is a birch bark hook in a 5.5. And I love, I seem to, the cheap wood hooks, like cheaper wood hooks that you can get in a pack on Amazon or on Temu or on one of those, seem to snag. They seem to be a bit rough. And this birch bark hook has just gotten smoother and smoother and smoother the more I use it. This is made by Lykke, Lykke, and it's called their Driftwood series. But I think I got that a random eBay lot purchase. I'm starting to like the wooden hooks just because of this one. I have a thing for metal hooks. Metal hooks I'm used to. I learned on metal hooks. As long as the metal hooks have a decent enough point on the edge to get through those tight stitches, it makes it a lot easier. I am going to try to keep this vlog, show, thing. I'm going to try to keep this YouTube thing going, even though I've been feeling like dirt. And I will try to keep it going through the feeling like dirt, because I'm going to be stuck in bed for a while. Again. So, you're stuck with me. I'm here for the long haul. Still waiting on the 100, blah, blah, blah. Still waiting to be able to speak English. Coffee. I think my first or second post I had a giveaway in, and I'm waiting for 100 subscribers, and then I'll do the giveaway. And I offered a mystery bag of cotton millins that are beautiful. I have cotton millins that go from gray to pink. I have cotton millins that go from green to light green. I have cotton millins that go from purple to light purple. So, you never know. But, whoever the winner is, once I get 100 subscribers, you can either choose the mystery bag of cotton millins, or you can choose any kind of my baked nommable treats, because I do baking on the side. So if you have too much yarn, you never have too many cookies. Unless you can't eat cookies, and I don't advise you mash those up and put them in a pick line, because that doesn't work. But anywho, so we're waiting on the 100 subscribers. I realized that there is a crocheter for every audience out there now, and there's probably a plethora of them if you include the TikTok generation who has discovered the magical amigurumi. I try with amigurumi. It's just not my thing. But I do try, and I'm trying to figure out maybe some cryptids for the spooky season. But I am so much happier just sitting there watching a movie and blanketing. I can blanket forever. It doesn't matter what stitch it is. Star stitches, you can keep your star stitches. I've done them. They eat too much yarn. And I made my mistake of doing my first star stitch variegated. And something as complex as a star stitch you want to make sure that you use a solid color yarn so your stitch really shines through. A lot of variegated yarns just seem to muddle the delicacy of the stitch work. So it depends if you want the color to shine or if you want the stitch to shine. I promise you, as soon as I can get 3 more skeins of the Murder Scene yarn, I will show you guys how to make a blanket out of it. And I will show you how to make a blanket out of it live, because I've never used jumbo yarn before. I've never used anything over a 6. I've never used any of the big fluffy plushy yarns. So I'll be learning with you. Or you'll be learning with me. Or yes. So if anybody knows where to get a pattern for a PICC line, that would be great. I need a little backpack that carries your pump and your TPN or your saline bag. But worst comes to worst, I'll just kind of wing it. I got enough yarn. I actually have 2 different palettes of purple that I'm looking at making it with. So hopefully, I'm supposed to get a PICC line in the next 30 days. So hopefully I'll have that done by the time I know what kind of pump and feed bags that I have. Discourse. There is a lot of discourse that seems to be targeted at the crochet community right now on YouTube. I know that Crystal from Bag a Day and Cinnamon Stitches have been getting trolls, have been getting impersonators, have been getting some very negative comments. And the crochet community does not do that to each other. We're not competitors. We're all in this together. We all learn from each other. And it's just not cool. So, anything you put on public media, I expect trolls. I expect, I get a lot of rude comments about my choices of jewelry, that, most of my jewelry is older than the people commenting on them. I haven't had jewelry installed in more than 20 years, so it's just been there. It's not going anywhere. If you don't like my piercings, don't look at me. That's about all I got for you on that one, because I'm not taking any more out. I have lost 2, 4, 5. I have lost 6 piercings due to different surgeries and different procedures I had to get done. And sometimes you take a piercing out and then you can't get it back in. So none of these are going anywhere unless the doctor makes me take them out. But be kind. Support your fellow yarn nerds. Nobody's competing against you except you. I'm glad there's other crochet and fiber artists on here, because I can learn from them. And hopefully someday I can get to the point to do tutorials and you can learn from me. Hopefully. I try. I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm tired. My next video I might be laying down. But yay! Getting old is not fun, And it's weird being the same age as old people. But I will try to keep this going. You guys motivate me. You guys keep me going. I feel like I started this channel and I owe it to you guys to keep it going, to keep it educational, to keep it entertaining, to keep giving you a reason to come back. I'm marketing myself. I guess that's what I'm doing. This also gives me something to do besides talk to my cat, so there's that. Nicotine. Okay, I guess that's it. I have a shawl to pack up and mail out. Trying to find a woodworker locally that can make shawl pins for me, because I hate buying things from mass marketers when I know I can get something that's actually handmade. So I'm working on that. But for now, I have to call my gastric surgeon and I have to find a cardiologist. Yay! Stay safe. Be good. Be kind. Kindness matters. You never know what someone else is going through, and everyone processes things differently. But please remember that you are your only competition. No one else out there deserves your anger unless they did something to deserve your anger. Don't troll people. Don't call people names. The world needs more kindness right now. And if you're not it, who is? So, be kind. Be good. And I promise sooner or later I am making the crime scene yarn. I promise, I promise, I promise. I'm just waiting on the Michaels exclusive. My store doesn't carry it. I have to go 20 miles away to pick it up because the stores that carry it won't mail it to you. And online it is perpetually sold out. So, if you happen to come across Burnett Big Blanket in Red Splash at a Michaels, snatch that stuff because it is hard to find. And weirdos like me that are into Halloween and horror and true crime and all of that, it is like the perfect crime scene yarn. And if you don't want it, let me know and I'll send you money for it, because I can make stuff out of crime scene yarn all day long. Of course, I say that now that I haven't started using it and don't realize how tired it's probably going to make my arms, but you know, think positive. Okay. I guess that's it. Be kind. Spread kindness. One of my old friends used to say, kindness is free. Sprinkle it like seeds and it'll grow. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't, do the bell and the subscribe and the comments and whatever. Once we get up to 100 subscribers, I will do the drawing for the giveaway. And if you want, you can hit me up on Patreon, Kira Crochet on Patreon, and you can sign up for a subscription. I've got to practice this word for some reason. There are some words that just throw me for a loop. If you sign up for my Patreon, you can get yourself a subscription where I will mail you one handmade item every month. That's not bad. Or you could just sign up to support me all my proceeds go to my medical care. So I appreciate everything you guys do. I appreciate you just watching. I'm done rambling. Be kind. Till next time. Bye, lovelies.